2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Berry, and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. And here we go, the battle between conferences. It's the East versus West, where the Charlotte Hornets will be looking to make a statement. This is the first chance to take a look at the Nuggets this season. In the two meetings last year, they came away with wins, never losing.
And last season, they made short work of this club. 2 games, 2 wins.
Sort of representative of how they each finished the season. One a playoff team, the other on the outside looking in. I think things may play out the same way this year, too.
Now the starting group for the Denver Nuggets. They've got Nikola Jokic, Holiday out there with Petrovic. Then there's Nene, and it's English in at the 3 slot. Now here's Joseph, and he just worked New York in that last game. Bangs home the trifecta. Some impressive athletes tonight, Brett, really on both sides. How much of the outcome will come down to which team executes the best?
Yeah, most of the games decided in this league do come down to that very fact, Kevin.
Execution.
Yeah, which of these teams is going to put themselves first in position and then to do their best with the position they put themselves into? That means execution. He used that screen to perfection and got a wide open look to knock down the jumper.
There's B-Train. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Lee outside. Back to Joseph. The inside. Pass to Wolf. Back to Lee. 6 to shoot. And it's good. 2 points.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation. Something they're going to want to patch up.
Well, you have to be able to trust each other on the defensive end of the floor. Otherwise, the whole thing is just going to crumble.
Now, here is Holiday. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Boston. And Joseph kicks to Lee. Back to Joseph. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. There's a good screen. The pass to Beecher. Now, here's Joseph. He carries a very heavy load for him offensively, averaging nearly 32 points a game. Here's Lee, and the layup's good off the glass.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason.
This is also one of those things where you start to think about how you're going to change your defense already. If at all possible, make someone else beat you.
And so here's Denver. To the basket by Charlotte, and the shot's good from Nene.
Rabbit's foot in the shoe that time. Got lucky because the pick has to be better. It made no impact, but they still got the score.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. To the left side wing. Passes it to Beecher. He dishes it to Joseph. Now Lee. He had 31 points in the win against the Knicks in New York.
Well, what helps that out a lot is he got to the free throw line, which was a real game changer. It slowed down the opposition's momentum and made them play to his team style.
Wasted no time on that one.
Now, they can't miss. 4 for 4 and warming up the burners.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, there's the screen. Got a piece of it. 4-on-3 break. Holiday, no one around him. No good from outside.
Well, due for a miss after 4 of 5 to begin this one.
Lee kicks to Joseph. Back to Lee. LaCree. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for the Hornets.
And you can see how big a role the 3-point shot played in their offense. They were determined to spread the floor and just kind of open things up through their long-range game.
Jokic passes to Holiday. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And Drew Holiday is 6'4", maybe break closer to 6'5" in shoes. Huge for the point guard position.
So that size helps him out a lot defensively, especially when he uses his hands as well as he does. Most of the point guards in the league, Kevin, are good defensively at tipping passes and predicting plays. Drew Holiday
He's put on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Here's Joseph, and Joseph slams it home. Several league changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Feeds it to Nene. Off the left rim and out.
And defensively moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
Some defenses are okay with giving up the mid-range shot. In this case, they contest it.
Joseph with the ball. They set the screen. No good from Lee.
He's still looking for his shot. Somehow they're winning. They'd like to get him going.
That's tipped. And Joseph hits the lead. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. The Hornets shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. Free throw good. Lead.
Well, a great battle last year as the season finished off between the Nuggets and Blazers to make the playoffs. Denver did not. So they made some trades, tried to make a push. This year they've got to make some improvements and maybe find themselves in one of those top 8 slots to play in the postseason.
And that one's good. Jokic.
That's a nice shot from the Joker. A master at getting his shots up and over the arms of the defense.
Here's the Beast. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against New York.
And we got to talk about his 4 steals on the night. That's a complete performance at both ends of the floor.
Back to Joseph. Out to Lee. From past the arc. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Lee's got his 3rd bucket of the night. And Brent, for the Nuggets, you get the feeling of excitement for this franchise.
Well, you feel like this team is not just going to make the playoffs once, but could have a very effective long run in the Western Conference, and they're going to be playing a style that a lot of their fans and certainly fans around the league are going to appreciate. Off-ball movement and passing. You know, there's a team in Golden State that seemed to do that with great effectiveness.
Here's Joseph. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
Big Daddy's checked in for Charlotte. Big Cat comes in for B-Train.
We talk so much about rhythm from the field. How about a rhythm from the free throw line? That looks good.
Kicks to Artest. Fires the 3. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Artest's got himself going with the triple. His first basket of the game. And here's Brand. Now here's Joseph. Pass to Boyd. Back to Joseph. They set the pick. Lee outside. Hits the 3-point bomb. Lee's got 12 in the game.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Harris kicks to Barnes. And it's out of bounds to the Nuggets as Denver retains possession. And now a glance at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's top assist men over the past 10 games. And you look at Joseph, an uncommonly gifted passer, leading the league in assists.
And those games have seen him dropping more dimes than you might have thought possible.
And now the first timeout call here for the Hornets. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And you know, when everyone's working together, taking care of their roles, it just makes the game easier.
Well, they not only had the right strategy, but they were very exact in their execution. And when the coaches call in the right plays, everything just looks seamless.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, the Nuggets head coach gave me a few minutes. This is the first meeting of the season between these teams, and he stressed to his guys They need to rely on their instincts at the offensive end. He said we do a good job of finding soft spots in defenses without forcing things. If we keep doing that, we'll be in good shape. We'll see if they can keep that up tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. So the priority is on solid, fundamental basketball, finding good shots.
And we know they have the tendency to shoot the lights out when things are clicking for them. We'll see if this is one of those nights.
If it is one of those nights, I'd look out. There is not much an opposing defense can do when they get multiple players hot at the same time.
Artest, good. Artest's got his second bucket of the night.
And it's just been an avalanche of points here in the early going.
Yeah, for both teams, we're seeing great synergy on offense, but some lackluster defense.
Now Joseph, 6 points for him. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Phenomenal use of the body there to free himself up from the defender and get a clean look at the basket.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game. Brent, coming down the stretch of a tight game, some coaches like to substitute for offense and defense. Others don't. What would be your preference if you were coaching?
I think the idea has to totally do with matchups, Kevin. You're looking out on the floor. If all of a sudden the guy you want with the ball has a mismatch or an advantage, I'm going to stay away from any sort of timeout to give a coach 60 seconds to talk about something that he could probably shut down. I might not be able to be as creative as what's just happened in the flow of the game, and I'll trust my player to make the right play for me at that time.
Charlotte making some changes. ABC's checked in for Lee, and it's Campbell in for Joseph. Hornets leading by 6. Campbell with it. He's averaging around 5. 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they shot the basketball.
Harris dishes to Holiday. Back to Harris. And Holiday is in the corner. Drilled from 11 feet out.
Now remember, this is a former All-Star in the Eastern Conference, Drew Holiday, knocking down the mid-range jumper.
It's tipped. 1:44 left in the first quarter of the game. They set the screen to the inside. Kicks it out to Garcia. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the three-point lane.
Love the rhythm that Drew showed on that catch-and-shoot jumper.
Charlotte leading by 3. 1:12 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Campbell. Back to Garcia. Lock at 6. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Lions the pass to Garcia. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
And checking out the stats for Rookie. His last 10 games have been exceptional, averaging 12 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists. And impressive numbers, no doubt. It's the kind of run we've come to expect from him.
Synergy, all elements right now working together, and the game is coming so easy.
And here's a look at some numbers for the Prophet. What a run he's been on over the past few weeks. 8th in free throw shooting, 9th in shooting percentage, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And yeah, he's a true professional at the free throw line. It's a part of the game where he excels. You want him at the line for you in crunch time. They set the pick, and there's the pass to Lyons. Out of bounds, Denver takes possession.
That's just not a good pass. I don't know what he's thinking there. A poor decision.
Johnson, he's checked in for Harrison Barnes. The Nuggets trail. Here's Campbell. Rebound by Ron Artest.
No doubt disappointed with that one. He'd love to have that one back.
Yeah, I'd put that play on repeat. The setup was perfect. Just need a better result next time.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Johnson the screen. Artest kicks to Jokic. Lets it go from 11. That one doesn't go.
That's a great effort on defense. He definitely rushed his shot a little bit down low.
Buried from outside. I don't know. think we may see a review here. That was pretty close. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus, I think he got it off in time. The replay leaving little doubt.
They're going to switch the call. There is no doubt, looking at the replay, that he got it off in time.
Well, it's good they decided to take another look at it. I know some folks don't like how replay slows the game down and interrupts the flow, but when you have it there, you got to use it.
Right back after this break. And forward James Johnson battled his way back into the league.
I play the game how it's supposed to be played. I play.
That's exactly the kind of hard-nosed, old-school attitude that coaches just love.
And Kevin, and so do his teammates. I mean, a guy like that brings out the best in everybody on that team. They just kind of feed off of his effort and desire.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. What stands out to you guys from the Hornets in this one?
They've gotten that perimeter game going in that first, and for me, that was the difference.
The new era of NBA basketball, playing outside in. We'll see if they can take advantage of that moving forward.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And Charlotte looking who they've got. They've got Big Cat. ABC is out there with Campbell. That's the Prophet, and it's Boyd in at the center. Right side, Garcia. And count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
That screen made it impossible for the defense to put up any kind of fight.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Each coach has his strengths and they've got weaknesses, but if you needed someone to drop a play to get you one bucket out of a timeout, who are some of the names you turn to?
I think I'm going to turn to Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, possibly James Harden, because 2 points can happen after a free throw, right, Kev? So
yes.
I could get James Harden to the line, and then one LeBron James. That's not a bad list of guys to turn to if I need 2 points.
Absolutely. And then what coach would you have draw up that play?
If I don't say Pop, my life will cease to exist. I will say Greg Popovich in late game situations does a marvelous job. Not only, Kevin, of getting the ball to the guy that he wants potentially to get the game winner, but to have options and to make sure that that player sees those options in case something breaks down.
Holiday against Campbell. Terrific design on a big play. He lays it in.
They are just killing him on the interior.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. The Nuggets trail by 5. And Holiday kicks to Artest. Jokic's screen. Back to Holiday. Jokic's screen. Shot off the screen. The shot by Holiday, no good.
It's just been an off night for him. That doesn't happen all that often, but the thing that you do at this point is not to push it, not to rush it. Let it come back to you.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Let's check out the leaders in field goal percentage as a team. The Hornets, number 1.
Just tremendously disciplined offensively, always looking for the best possible shot. That's how they've gotten that field goal percentage to skyrocket.
Denver's on 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Nene, the screen. Johnson outside. Nene setting the pick for Johnson. It's deflected. They retain possession, and they're able to recover. And the shot's good from Nene. Nene's got his second bucket of the night. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Passes it to Boyd. 3-pointer. But he recovers it.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down.
And English kicks to Nene. Takes the 13-footer. English misses.
And the defense cannot afford to be that lazy. You got to be up on the shooters at all times, especially at the mid-range.
It's a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Emmanuel Mudiay spent a year in China prior to the NBA rather than playing in college. A lot of people respect what he did while he was over there. He said, being in a foreign country, everything is different. It made me mentally strong. Now in the NBA, he said, you got to have confidence because every point guard in this league can play. You got to keep that edge and be prepared at all times. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Mental fortitude is critical, especially when you're a young player in this league. Here's Harris. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Harris has got 7 points for the quarter.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And here is Campbell. He's got 6. To the right side. Charlotte moving it around. Mr. Lyons. And Garcia has it in the corner. Just 5 on the clock. Up off the screen. And the layup is good. Garcia's got the lead up to 11 now for Charlotte. Here's English, guarded by Garcia. Here's Johnson. That one doesn't drop. And it's the Hornets taking it the other way.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Now Campbell, right side Garcia. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Garcia's got 10 points in the game.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
Well, collectively, they've done it tonight here. A passionate performance from the squad. Yeah, looking up at the scoreboard, guys, that's his 3rd foul, and his coach has to consider now sitting him down.
The Beast is checked in for Charlotte. Johnson the screen. Pass to Petrovic. Here's English. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Boston.
And what opened things up for him was his passing. He was making so many plays that the D had to play off of him.
And a fast break now for the Hornets. Rebound by Nene.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Rob. Campbell with it. 6 points for him. And the pass to Wolf. Launches it. And it's Denver with the rebound. Nene's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Johnson. It's tipped. And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. And the Nuggets making a change here. Barnes is checked in. Harrison Barnes. Here's English. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Brent, the last team you played for, the Houston Rockets. Your dad, your older brother John, also played for the Rockets. What's this connection between the city of Houston and the Barry family?
I've asked them that same question in Houston, and I even talked to Daryl Morey about putting a Barry graveyard across the street where it is that all 3 of us, our career had ended. I'd love to see a tombstone over there with Rick, John, and Brent.
Well, it'd be...
Maybe we'll add a few more to it, Kevin.
Well, the way you played there, the way you played your career, and your family played, obviously you've set a standard in the league. But that was an interesting stuff that you all were there at one time.
I think it's crazy that we all ended in Houston. That's weird.
It is. It is.
3 careers ending with one organization.
That's something.
Weird.
Denver calls timeout. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And simply put, they couldn't score. They never got completely in sync in that one.
This is when you look at the opposition and give them some credit with their defensive effort, just a higher level of energy and focus. They were disruptive. I mean, the stroke looks good. He's moving well out there. What a sensational start to this game. Perfect from the field.
Now Now here's Lee. He's got 12. They set the pick. Pocket 6. Joseph. And they will fall over the back on the play.
And that's just all about positioning. He gets boxed out, can't fight around it, and gets the over-the-back call.
Guys get excited about making something happen, but that was just a loss of composure right there. You can't go through the guy.
Here's English. Got a piece of it. They retain possession. Shot is good, and the Charlotte lead is cut to just 11 points in the basket from Nene. Here's the Beast. He's got 5. Joseph, the pass to Wolf. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And each bucket at this point feels like a backbreaker.
Well, to win at this level consistently, you cannot be faint of heart, and he's going in for the kill.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
And it's lights out with the foul. That's his first foul. Hey, Brent, in other sports, later draft picks often become all-star level players. That seems to be much more rare in the NBA. Why do you think that is?
I'm not sure, Kevin, and there are a lot of great finds for NBA teams in the second round and even late into the second round as guys who make solid contributions not only to their team right away because they might be more mature players that are passed over because the young guys show potential. I think that scouts do a great job of finding that rare talent. Maybe they're selected a little bit more early than they would be in previous drafts. There's much more information out there for GMs to get at.
He took the opportunity when he saw it. 15 points for Black Hole.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Harris passes to Petrovic. Nene, the screen. And English kicks to Harris. Nene setting the pick for Harris. Tries again, and Nene with the lay-in. Good. Nene's got 8 points.
Beautiful execution from him, building off a great first quarter, looking unstoppable here.
Here's B-Train. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. On the wing, Lee. Out to the right wing. And it's out of bounds to the Hornets as Charlotte retains possession.
A moment now to see the numbers for Lee. First in free throw percentage, second in scoring, and also his field goal percentage is up in the top 5. Tremendously efficient at finishing plays at the basket.
And it's nice when you have the NBA's best free throw shooter just keep the ball in his hands in clutch situations. He's been completely automatic this season. Holiday with it. He's picked up by Lee. Here's our test. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 4 assists in the game.
Enjoy that unselfish play from Holiday for that swing pass to the open teammate.
Charlotte calls timeout. Hey, Brent, the season about halfway through. Some teams really starting to sag. How bad do you have to be at this point to start thinking about rebuilding going into next year?
I don't know. It's a bit tenuous, Kevin. Do you start talking about rebuilding or just giving guys on your roster now an opportunity to experience some NBA play, giving them high-level competition? You know, some of the players may be going to Summer League. They want to have a bit of confidence going to Vegas or to Orlando to expand their game. So maybe not so much about a rebuild as it is about gaining experience at the close of the season.
They set the pick. Jokic a screen. Artest against Lee. Outside Holiday. Misses the 3.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Now he's torching the D right now, hitting a high percentage of all the shots he's let fly.
For Charlotte, they have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9. The Nuggets trail by 17. Stolen by Joseph. A finish. Knocked loose.
Wonderful defense, staying active around the rim and then really putting the shooter in a tough spot.
Here's our test. And again, Denver no good.
And it just hurts to miss shots like this. Mentally, you question yourself, and it can affect your confidence.
And here we go. And it's blocked. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Artest's got 13 points.
If they're going to win this game, he's going to require just a little bit of help. Many of the shots he's taking are finding the hoop.
And here is Joseph. 11 points in the game. And inside. Guarded by Holiday. And a wide open look for Lee. Drains it from beyond the arc. Lee's got 9 points in the quarter.
And until someone stops him, he's just going to continue to keep firing from distance.
Yeah, we got to be a DEFCON 1 here, because at this point, he is so dialed in, you got to get him off his spots.
Passes it to Petrovic. Down low. And Ron Artest again. He's got 15.
No, right now he is locked in. He's getting great shots, and he's burning the D in a variety of ways.
Now Joseph. He's got 13. Right side Garcia. Back to Joseph. 3 seconds left, and Joseph slams it home.
It's hard to believe he's a point guard. I mean, he can power those dunks down as well as any big man.
And so is Charlotte, controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We come back right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, a pretty lopsided game, but still one half to play. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. The first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5-point lead. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. And that will conclude
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if... Hornets leading by 20. So on the floor for Denver. Petrovic is out there with Holiday. And it's Nikola Jokic. Then there's Nene. And it's English in at the 3. Big Dog the pass to Wolf. Shot clock at 5. To the paint. Dio. Pass to Wolf. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. The Beasts got the first basket of the third quarter for the Hornets. Denver's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Nene up top. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Nene, the screen. Now, here's Jokic. Defense is right there. Fades. No good there. Charlotte shooting an offensive execution has been beyond great there. 63% from the floor in this game. All going up court. The shot by Nene. No good.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection, which is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
And you could try to key in on him, but that's tough. They run plays that routinely give him makeable looks.
Nene setting the pick for Jokic. There's a good screen. Nene, the screen. English dishes to Holiday. He kicks it to English. Trying his luck deep. That one misses.
They look frustrated, 0 for 3. Not how you want to start the third quarter.
For Denver, they've gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. And Holiday kicks to Nene. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. This is his first free throw of the game. He's off on the first. He hits the second from the line. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. For Charlotte, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Here's the screen. Lee, left side. Joseph with the ball. 18 points for him. Screen by Lee. Here's Wolf. Shot clock at 6. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And these are his second and third free throws tonight. And he knocks down the first one. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Here's Holiday. 6 points for him. Here's English. Jokic's screen. English passes to Jokic. Dishes it to Nene. That's tipped.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Joseph, that's good. Joseph's got 20 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Denver calls timeout.
And one thing they'll discuss are the defensive rotations. The other is in the matchups.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside, and even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
Holiday against Joseph. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday. Let's take this chance to bring you now the hottest shooters from downtown this month. You look at ABC, second in the league, extremely accurate from beyond the arc. And, of course, lights out. He's another player that shoots extremely well from outside.
I mean, the shooting range of these two guys has probably been the most impressive. There's not a spot on the floor they can't hit from.
On the wing, Lee launches a 3 and another 3 for Charlotte.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Deflects the pass. Pass to Petrovic to end the run. That shot is off. Good D by Lee.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
Joseph out of bounds. Denver takes possession. And now a chance to take a look at the shot chart for the Hornets.
And when you come into a game with the mindset of going right at the rim and not settling for outside shots, this is what your shot chart will look like. Every chance they've had to either attack the paint or play back to the basket, they've taken it. And it's been a complete success thus far.
Joseph against Holiday. Here's Petrovic. A good portion of the scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points a game. The Nuggets with another miss.
And they got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Now the pass to Wolf. Here's the screen. Joseph, the pass to Wolf. A three-pointer off the mark. Denver's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. And Holiday kicks to Jokic. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. And it's 6 points for Jokic.
We respect the touch of Jokic on the inside. If he's good with the ball and soft hands as a passer, why not around the rim?
Now here's Joseph. He's got 20. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And while we've got a chance, let's check out the stats for the Beast. He's putting up about 21 points per 4 rebounds and 2 assists. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
His instincts naturally are to score the basketball. That ability to find the creases in the defense is something you just don't teach, and it's awesome.
And here's Holiday. 6 points for him. 6 on the shot clock. It's Jokic top of the key. Offline from the top of the key. And here's Charlotte. They're on a 14-3 run. Offensive rebound. Now the dish to Joseph. Connects from three-point range. Joseph's got 10 points in the quarter.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
And Holiday kicks to Jokic. Johnson outside. Expanding his range. It's rebounded by Charlotte, and it's the Hornets' ball. They're on a 17-3 run right now. Here's Joseph. Johnson with the block. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. Here's Joseph, and he uses the glass on the lane. Joseph's got 12 points here in the second half.
This guy is just shredding the defense right now. He's hitting any shots he's putting up.
English dishes to Holiday. Johnson, the pass to English. Denver passing it around. Outside Holiday. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Holiday's got 9.
Jokic always with the heads-up display there, looking attentive and a fantastic job of finding the open man.
Now Joseph, 27 points for him. On the wing, Lee. Back to Joseph. There's the pick. Lee outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Lee's got 26 points.
We give a ton of credit to the screener there. That was a perfect pick to give his teammate the space to knock down the shot.
And the foul on Drew Holiday. So far. And some changes here for the Hornets. Big Daddy's checked in for Big Dog. Big Cat comes in for B-Train. And it's Campbell in for Joseph. On our test, he's checked in for Denver. Brand, good.
And since they come out of halftime, they've been extremely poised and very efficient.
Yeah, I think they have been winning the battle of shot selection here in the second half, and that's led to an excellent shooting percentage from the field.
Here is kicks to Jokic. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Brian's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Back to Lee, stolen by Artest. And it's in, basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor. It's deflected. Here's the Beast. 12 points for him. Charlotte calls timeout. Garcia, he's checked in for the Beast. And Denver with a change here too. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for James Johnson. Campbell with it. He's got 6. Out to Lee. From past the arc, and he's good on the 3 ball. Lee's got 29.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lazy play right there. You're hoping that the guy misses the shot without really doing your job in challenging it.
Artest, the pass to Holiday. Back to Artest. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Here's Lee. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
And he makes both free throws. Here's Holiday. He's got 9. He feeds it to Harris. They set the screen. He dishes it to Artest. Shot clock at 5. Beyond the arc. And Garcia with the block. They'll get another chance. And it's Artest missing. Charlotte has gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. Here's Garcia. Passes it to Boyd. Banked in off the glass. Big Daddy's got his first points in this one.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
It's tipped. Here's Holiday. And can't hit the shot, but they're saying he got hacked, so he'll head to the free throw line.
Heady play by Drew Holiday, helping him get a chance to the free throw line.
These are his third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. All free throws good from Drew Holiday. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
Brand a screen on Holiday. Campbell kicks to Lee. 6 to shoot. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. Nice work at the line so far, going 5 for 5.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the strike in that last game.
And both free throws good for Lee. Now here is Harris. He's got 9. Outside Holiday. Here's Lee.
Lightning.
That was incredible.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Love their strategy, and they've been able to execute on it, building a huge lead.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Deflects the pass. Here's Big Daddy. 1:21 left in the third quarter. And here is Campbell. Lee outside. And Lee with the stuff.
So good at picking his spots. He always knows exactly what the team needs from him offensively. That's why they hold the lead.
Artest against Garcia. And here's Harris from the arc. Offensive rebound.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Campbell against Holiday. 41 seconds left in the third. Back to Garcia. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Garcia's got 12 points in the game.
To not give players that kind of positioning, and the defense also late in trying to alter that shot.
Artest kicks to Harris. Back to Artest. 6 on the shot clock. Harris outside. Lets it fly. Here's Jokic. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Jokic has got 6 here in this quarter.
How about Jokic? A little bit of forceful play down there on the interior.
And stolen by Harris. That one, no good. And so it's Charlotte, able to put on a show for the Asians. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Denver shooting not great, 40% for the game. They've got Campbell. Prophet is out there with Big Cat. And it's Big Daddy, and it's Lyons in at the 2 spot. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. And yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary content.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. Good on the 3-point shot.
That's a gorgeous assist. Outstanding at finding his guys in the spots where they want the basketball.
Brent, it's amazing how the three-point shot has evolved and how much it's being used. And some teams now almost entirely perimeter-based. That three-point shot is the first thing out of their mouth. Can you see a team winning a championship that way?
I saw teams win championships. That's the Warriors and the Cavs. If you look at what they did from the three-point line and the type of damage they did, Kevin, that absolutely was a huge reason why they were championship contenders. You could even look at teams that are qualifying for the playoffs as usually 6 or 7 teams that are in each conference. Of those 8, Kevin, are proficient three-point shooting teams.
Garcia against Artest. Scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Pass to Lyons. Campbell with it. Out left to the wing. Six to shoot. Screen by Brand. They get it again. Pass to Campbell. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Loses his hand off the screen and lays it up and in. For Denver, they've got all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Now the feed to Allen. Right wing. Here's Norman. The baseline J off the mark.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Campbell, the pass to Lyons. Here's Campbell. Charlotte moving the ball around. Brent, we know the regular season is a grind. We also know that revenue is king. Could you imagine a time when we'd actually have to play more than 82 games?
That's interesting, Kevin, because a lot of the times the argument you've heard over the course of the past 5 or 6 seasons, Kevin, is the opposite of that 65-game schedule. Why not reduce the schedule? Stars playing in every game, less back-to-backs, more time for recovery. So the idea of 82 games being extended beyond that, I don't think that that's in the realm of possibility.
65, 68 games. They had that shortened season a couple years ago. It was terrific to watch.
It was, and so we'll see if the league does that. But in your question alone, Kevin, you said it. Cash is king. 82 is the number we're going to settle in, I think, for quite some time.
Screen by Brand to the left wing. Lyons. And it's the Hornets, another 3.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And the foul called on ABC. That's his first foul. Feeds to English. They need this. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
And you can tell the defender not anticipating the step back. He was headed in the opposite direction.
In other sports, the drafts have so many rounds, the scouts have a lot of work to do, but with only 2 rounds in the NBA draft, Brent, can the GM really just cover most of it?
I think the GMs, at least the smartest GMs, Kevin, have a great team behind them that gets out there, gathers as much information as possible in terms of not only the play, but the player, the dynamics of the player, his characteristics, what he's about. To bring all that information to a general manager and present it to him before the draft, teams do a great job of targeting guys that they think are going to enhance their roster.
And now the international realm comes into play too.
Well, if I signed you up for my Mediterranean scouting service, Kevin, would you do it?
Yeah, I do it for free.
I'll see you over there.
First free throw is good. Some changes for Charlotte. Big Dog, he's jacked in for Big Daddy. P-Train comes in for Big Cat, and it's Joseph in for ABC. Nuggets have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Back to Moutier. Kicks it to English. Shoots over Garcia. English misses. Hornets have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Here's Joseph. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one's on Johnson. And the first one at the line is good. The Beast, he's checked in for Charlotte. And Joseph drops them both. Denver's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Moutier kicks to English. Dishes to Allen. And there's the pass to Moutier. And oh, here we go. Joseph's got it. The fast break chance.
And it's been about that execution offensively. I mean, they have been superb.
Yeah, they're just absolutely getting anything and everything that they want out there. They have not let up.
Norman, guarded by Garcia. There's a good screen. 6 on the shot clock. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Brent, if your team won't be competing for a championship, talk about the balance between giving your first-round picks or young players the playing time they need to develop against making them earn their minutes. That's a very fragile movement back and forth.
I agree, Kevin. Such a tight rope to walk because you don't want to upset veterans on your team who still want to go out and compete on a nightly basis. And you also want to make sure that your rookies just aren't opening the door for them to go out and do whatever it is they want to do on the floor because of your team's situation. So I think that's where the communication between the coach and the staff and how it is that the player is developing, you just don't dole out the minutes for that player's progression.
Hangs in the air. That one doesn't go. Good D by Johnson. Over to the left wing. English. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock. Here's Dio. And the Hornets call time here. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game. Lights out.
Hey guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. Jamal Murray, he's checked in for Moutier. Now Joseph passes it to Wolf. From deep, sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. The Beasts got 9 points here in the second half. For Denver, they've gone 6 of 13, so just about 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. The dish now to English. Pass to Norman. Here's English. Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
And getting a hand in the shooter's face, locking down that in-between area.
Just taking on the challenge on every possession. I love defenders who give nothing away.
From down low. And the play by Joseph as he finishes it off for 2. Joseph's got 4 points now in the quarter. Denver's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Denver. And so it's Charlotte with it. They're off to battle the Clippers after this game as they'll be playing at the Staples Center. They hit the road with that, the first of a 5-game run. Garcia with the ball. Here's the screen. Shot clock at 6. Joseph dishes to Garcia. They get it back. It's good on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
The pass to Norman. Barnes outside. Here's Norman. Here's Allen. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Here's B-Train. Now, here's Joseph. Passes it to Big Dog. And here is Joseph. Pass to Wolf. Launches a three. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
And they're just living beyond the arc here, really, the entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, not a bad time to be ripping the nets from distance, piling up some major points here.
Back to Murray. Puts up a three. It's good from long range.
And that's where Murray's speed shines through. He gives the D no time to react off that pass.
We've got 1:55 left in the fourth. Here's the screen. Now Joseph. Free throw good, Joseph. And Joseph drops them both. 1:44 left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Murray from downtown. No good. Shot missing. And Charlotte will come the other way. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. Ball's knocked loose, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Joseph.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it, just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Hornets.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And this will make it 36 wins on the year for them.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Joseph.
You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
The pass to Wolf from the arc. That counts. He's put up 13 shots, and he's had 8 of those go in.
Running up the score, showing no mercy.
Well, you want to close the door on any type of comeback effort. This has been a vault. Ka-ching.
You're right. Here's Barnes. Got a hand on it. Joseph, the pass to Garcia. And he jams it with authority.
And you can tell they're ready to start celebrating a well-deserved victory here tonight.
Yeah, you can see the fans. They've already started celebrating themselves. A gutty performance.
Stolen by Joseph.
How about the energy and activity on that play? Great steal.
Now here's Murray. He's covered by Joseph. Murray with it over Joseph. Murray, good.
Murray destroying his defender on that one, draining shots right in their face.
Here's Joseph. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home, no doubt helps. and the execution was flawless.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. So long and good night, everyone.